Pawn Stars has been a top reality TV show for over 10 years, but things have taken a bad turn. Rick Harrison confirmed that his son is facing a life sentence and shared the reasons behind it. This isn't the only controversy surrounding the show. Rick has had legal issues with his mother, and Chum has faced legal troubles as well. Join us as we explore the scandals that could damage the reputation of this once-loved series. Pawn Stars became very popular when it started on the History Channel in 2009. The show shows what happens every day at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas. Because of the show's success, the shop and its owners gained fame around the world. The idea for the show was developed in 2008 when Brent Montgomery and Colby Gaines from Left Field Pictures visited Las Vegas and saw many pawn shops. This inspired them to create a show about a family-owned pawn shop, leading to the start of Pawn Stars. The Silver Pawn Shop is owned by Richard Harrison, his son Rick, and Rick's son Corey, known as Big Hoss. They ran the shop together until Richard passed away in 2018. The show lets viewers see how the pawn shop works every day and features the unique items people bring in and how the owners evaluate them. At first, the shop mainly dealt with buying and selling gold and silver, and Richard, the founder, had many years of experience and a straightforward approach. The shop became well known in the pawn industry because of its friendly atmosphere. The owner, with his quick humor and honest personality, became a favorite on the reality TV show. A key moment for the business happened when Rich Harrison joined. He learned about the pawn industry from his father and realized that it's not just about buying and selling items, but also about the customer's stories behind those items. This focus on stories was a highlight of the show Pawn Stars, which started in 2009. The show started on the History Channel and became popular over 3 generations of stars, with Rick Harrison and his 3 sons carrying on the legacy of Richard Harrison, who passed away in 2018. Unlike regular reality TV shows, Pawn Stars focused on interesting items in the shop, such as historical coins, Civil War artifacts, celebrity mementos, and old weapons. These items often had fascinating stories that engaged viewers, and Rick Harrison showed a great deal of knowledge about them. Gold, silver, and collectibles played a key role in the show's success. Richard was the main expert, explaining the importance and value of different items. He could easily negotiate with customers thanks to his charm and quick wit. The other cast members also helped make the show popular. Besides Richard, Rick Harrison and his 3 sons, Corey, Adam, and Jake, sometimes appeared. The show became a huge cultural hit, attracting millions of viewers. Viewers helped make the Harrison family well known. The show features unexpected customer interactions, educational parts about historical items, and family dynamics. The popularity of Pawn Stars raised the profile of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, leading to more public interest. This success resulted in spin-offs, merchandise, and fame around the world. Tourists from all over come to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop to see the reality stars and watch the pawn deals. With their business skills and charm, the Harrisons turned a small pawn shop into a successful empire, making a lasting impact as cultural icons. Rick Harrison's son Adam faced many challenges, and at 59, Rick announced that Adam had died unexpectedly while serving a life sentence in prison. A police report stated that officers in Las Vegas were called to check on someone who was unresponsive on Friday. When the police arrived, they discovered that Rick's son Adam had died. They learned more about Adam's recent history. He had been staying in a guest house on the property after getting out of jail, where he had spent 3 months. It wasn't clear why he was in jail, but the landlord had let him stay in the guest house as a kind gesture. The officers also talked to Adam's roommates for more information. Adam hadn't been in the main house for a while. Whenever they messaged him, he said he was sick and in quarantine. When the roommates stopped hearing from him, they knocked on his door for several days, but no one replied. Eventually, they called the landlord. When the landlord opened the door, they found out Adam had died. He had only been living there for about 2 weeks and had been acting strangely. Before this, he had spent several months in jail. People might not expect this from the son of a reality TV star. He had just been released from prison and often isolated himself in his small guest house, avoiding others. His roommates thought he may have been using drugs while alone, and many believed he spent 3 months in prison for drug charges. Adam, the son of Pawn Stars Rick Harrison, was said to struggle with clear thinking and mental health issues before he passed away. A neighbor living in an RV nearby noticed this. The guest houses informed the police that he was acting strangely, like locking himself inside and pushing furniture against the doors. She mentioned that his conversations often didn't make much sense and seemed unclear. She also said that when he learned a certain person had a boyfriend, he ended up giving himself 2 black eyes because he didn't want to fight the new boyfriend. Rick Harrison shared that his son Adam died from a fentanyl overdose. and he was found weeks later. He passed away and had a history of using alcohol, fentanyl, and opioids. The police found 2 vials of a substance next to his bed, along with foil, an unknown pill, lighters, and drug paraphernalia like straws. In a statement about his son's death, Rick said that the real cause was a fentanyl overdose and blamed America's border crisis for it. He tweeted, "Yes, I can confirm Adam died from a fentanyl overdose. The fentanyl crisis in this country must be addressed. The situation is getting worse, and it seems like no one is taking action. We need to improve." The Clark County coroner confirmed that Adam Harrison died from an accidental overdose of fentanyl and methamphetamine. He was 39 years old. In a post mourning his son, he wrote, "You will always be in my heart. I love you, Adam," even though his son was rarely shown on the long-running reality TV show. Adam Harrison's death, often mentioned on social media, is one of many drug overdose deaths in the U.S. In 2023, overdose deaths exceeded 1,2,0,0,0 for the first time, highlighting the serious impact of this crisis. This situation resembles the crack cocaine problem of the 1980s and the opioid crisis of the early 2000s. The Drug Enforcement Agency states that fentanyl, a powerful drug similar to morphine, is about 100 times stronger. Just 2 mg of fentanyl can be very dangerous. A small amount of a substance can be deadly based on a person's size. Richard Harrison, the original founder of Pawn Stars, died in 2018. 4 years later, there were many legal issues and family conflicts about their business. In 2024, Adam Harrison passed away, which significantly affected Rick Harrison. In February 2022, Joan Harrison, Rick's mother and Richard's wife, sued him over family assets and the ownership of the gold and silver pawn shop. The lawsuit was filed in Nevada. In court, Joanne said that her son Rick made her sign away her 51% share of the pawn shop while she was in a coma. She also said that Rick stopped giving her money from her part of the business and reduced her share without her permission. Joanne claimed Rick prevented her from accessing the family's trust and did not tell her about a $3 million loan taken out using some of her assets. In her lawsuit, she asked for a detailed report of the assets, compensation for damages, and a court order. Joanne has asked for a temporary restraining order to prevent Rick from selling family assets. In her legal documents, she said that Rick has not given her financial information about assets worth more than $500,000, which increased her distrust of him. She also mentioned that in 2020, Rick stopped her annual payments of $225,000, which she believes she should receive as a shareholder and part of the family legacy. The situation has caused her financial stress and concerns about Rick withholding important information. The situation has worsened, turning personal issues into a public family fight. Rick claimed that someone is affecting his mother's choices. He mentioned that he has tried to contact her several times recently, but has not been successful. After Rick's father passed away, problems in their well-known pawn business became clear. The family is now facing serious legal battles and feelings of betrayal, leading to disagreements about who owns the family business. Despite Rick publicly denying any issues, his actions still hurt Pawn Stars. The situation showed how family, fame, and business can become complicated, especially when trust is broken. Fans of the show had always seen the Harrisons as a close family working together, so the legal problems created a stark difference in their image. Another challenge Rick faced was during the COVID-19 pandemic, which brought many difficulties. Businesses worldwide faced tough times, and the gold and silver pawn shop was no different. It became famous through the History Channel show and used to earn over $1 million a year. However, in 2020, its revenue dropped to just $6, marking a very difficult time for the shop. Rick Harrison, the owner and star of Pawn Stars, talked about the struggles the shop encountered during the pandemic, especially since there were fewer tourists in Las Vegas, which relies heavily on tourism. The shop's number of customers dropped. It used to be busy with people excited to see its mix of history and pop culture, but now it is very quiet. The lack of face-to-face interactions also impacted the variety of unique items available for sale or pawn, which was a key attraction of the store. The pawn shop faced financial troubles, but Rick noticed some surprising trends during the pandemic. Despite the economic struggles, he saw an increase in customers wanting to buy items, and people seemed to be spending a lot of money. Harrison noted that government stimulus payments led to a situation where people were both careful with their money and eager to buy valuable or collectible items. One surprising moment was when a customer came in to sell a bag of human skulls. While this was amusing and something he could talk about in a future episode, he chose not to purchase them. These strange events happened often during that time, pandemic, showing how much the store and people suffered when talking about the pandemic. He reflected on the 2008 financial recession. It was a year after this that his show finally debuted for 4 years. He pitched the idea of Pawn Stars to different investors, but most people doubted its appeal, with one asking whether anyone would want to watch 4 fat guys in a pawn shop. However, after the show was launched, it achieved massive growth among other reality shows and attracted widespread attention worldwide. However, the deaths in the Harrison family has a property conflict, but that's not the only issue surrounding Rick Harrison. Another key figure on the show is Austin Chumley Russell, who is dealing with legal troubles that have impacted the show's reputation. While he appears fun and quirky on TV, his personal life is troubled by fights and police incidents. In 2012, he was arrested for a physical fight in Hollywood, though it wasn't a serious situation. The details of the incident were kept secret, but it raised concerns about his behavior. By 2016, his legal issues got much worse when his home in Las Vegas was searched because of an investigation into claims that the police couldn't prove. They didn't find evidence for the claims, but they discovered many illegal items, including unregistered guns, some cocaine, and a large amount of marijuana and meth. He was facing 19 drug possession charges and 1 felony weapon charge, with the possibility of more charges. So Chumley chose to take action. He accepted a plea deal to avoid prison time by pleading guilty to a weapons charge and a misdemeanor for drug possession. While he didn't go to jail, he had to complete probation and mandatory counseling. He publicly apologized and expressed regret for his actions. The scandal affected the reality show significantly, with many people tuning in to see what would happen to him next. Some viewers supported him because they thought he had a nice personality, while others were critical because of his past actions. Eventually, the show's producers announced that they will not take Chumley off the show. They let him come back to work on improving his reputation and to focus on his role in the pawn shop. Rick Harrison's other son, Corey, who also appears on the show, has faced his own scandals. At 59, Rick Harrison confirmed that his son received a life sentence due to an overdose. While he's grieving for one son, he also seems to have challenges with his other son. Corey has been in the spotlight lately, appearing more on the show than Rick's other sons. Recently, he faced bad press because of his behavior. Despite being smart in business and charming on screen, he has been in the news for controversial actions that have gotten him in trouble. One significant event took place during a motorcycle tour where he was disruptive. He was caught urinating in public and got kicked out of a bar after a fight. He received a lot of negative attention because of concerns about his behavior in public. Corey also got into trouble when he rented an RV. The owner claimed he didn't return it in good condition, which led to a lawsuit over damage and breaking the rental agreement. This legal issue increased the focus on his personal behavior. Corey admitted he made mistakes, expressed regret for his actions, and apologized publicly. He believes that his actions harmed his personal and work reputation. He is trying to move on, but many people still doubt his professionalism and behavior because of what happened. Despite these issues, Corey is still a key part of the Pawn Stars cast and continues to assist his father. He is staying on the show and working through the controversies, even though some critics still mention his mistakes. After Richard Harrison, the original founder of Pawn Stars, passed away, Rick Harrison faced legal issues with his own mother and lost a court case against her. Additionally, his son, who is known as Defiant, encountered serious trouble. Chumley was arrested on weapon charges, and Rick's other son, Corey, has faced various misconduct cases. Moreover, another expert from the show, Johnny Jimenez Jr., was arrested for domestic violence after a fight with his girlfriend, where he allegedly pulled her to the ground. Both were drunk, which led to a shocking scandal since many people were watching the show. Rick and his father, Richard, were also sued in May 2012 by a disabled Vietnam veteran. The veteran claimed that they had attacked him in their gold and silver pawn shop in the fall of 2011. He filed a civil lawsuit saying they put him in a chokehold and dragged him through the store. This incident caused another scandal that hurt the pawn shop show's popularity. Another member of the show also faced a scandal. Olivia Black appeared on the show for just 13 episodes. She was removed when old photos of her with Suicide Girls appeared online. The show's rules state that cast members shouldn't have inappropriate pictures online. Even though she left the show, she still works at the shop. The Gold and Silver Pawn Shop used to be a successful family business and a reality TV hit, but its reputation has suffered due to internal conflicts, legal problems, and scandals. Rick's business is facing various challenges. Do you think Rick Harrison's problems could affect his legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.